the minute, we're seeing corporate impunity on a massive scale for corruption that costs billions of pounds to national economies, for human rights abuses, for dangerous working practices, for devastating environmental damage, and we are not seeing companies held to account. And a model that relies on shareholders, to put pressure on the company or to withdraw their capital when these things happen, isn't working. A famous example was the San Marco dam disaster. That was the collapse of a huge mining dam in Brazil. It polluted hundreds of kilometres of land. 19 people were killed. Homes were destroyed. Villages were wiped out. One of the companies involved is British listed mining company BHP Billiton. BHP Billiton at present cannot be prosecuted here in the UK for that incident. CORE is working with anti-corruption organisations including Corruption Watch, Transparency International and Global Witness to change the Criminal Finances Bill, which is going through Parliament at the moment. We're calling for amendments to the bill to create a new offence, a new corporate offence of failure to prevent economic crime. It is very difficult for prosecutors to prove that multinationals had failed to prevent those offences. And one of the reasons for that is a test in UK law called the directing mind test, which requires prosecutors to show that someone at the top of the company knew what was happening and intended for an offence to occur. In a giant multinational, it can be very difficult. And there have been a number of instances where the Crown Prosecution Service has acknowledged that it's unable to go after a company because of this test. A recent one was the phone hacking scandal, where the CPS looked at prosecuting News Group. They looked at a corporate prosecution, and they announced that they had decided it would not be possible to pursue such a prosecution because of the directing mind test. So we want to change the law to get rid of that test and move to a failure to prevent model where the onus would be on the firm and on the directors to show that they had put in place procedures and policies to stop these things from happening.